Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. In this video we're going to be covering the ultimate Easter egg guide for Skerritual and how to unlock the God Killer weapon. So stay tuned. Alright, for step 1, after you're done killing Abraham for the first time, you're going to want to interact with the God Killer weapon, which is located to the right of the exit. It's going to be a purple flame. Once you interact with it, it's going to spawn the stranger. You're going to want to shoot the stranger and he's going to teleport around the map. You're going to want to track him down and shoot him again. Once you shoot him, he's going to teleport to another location and you're going to have to track him down 2 more times. So you're going to shoot him a total of 4 times. Once at the beginning and then 3 more times after that. Alright, so once you're done with that, you're going to hear an audible sound that's going to tell you to move on to the next step. So for step 3, you want to work your way over to living quarters. You want to interact with the Medusa statue that's located in the middle of the living quarters. Then once you do that, it's going to spawn a bunch of zombies around you and you're just going to clear them out and regain your orientation. Once you clear out the zombies, you're going to want to run around the map looking for dead piles of rats. It's going to be arranged from 1 to 4 rats in a pile. 1 is going to be number 1 and 4 is going to be number 4. So once you find those 4 symbols, you're going to want to work your way over to the catacombs and input that code at the spawn.
Feel the power of the God Killer.
Alright, for step 4, you want to make sure you have the Thunderbolt from the farmlands from doing the main storyline. So once you have that, there's going to be 5 generators you're going to need to power on with the Thunderbolt. You want to work your way over to the catacombs for number 1. You're going to have to charge that one up to begin with, and then you're going to have to go and follow the same path I do, and you will go to the 4 different generators. It is on a timer, and I think there is a specific order. I'm not exactly sure though. But if you are too slow, it will restart and you have to start at the beginning again. Alright, once you're done with powering on all the generators, you're going to hear an audible sound that's going to put you to step 5. So for step 5, you want to work your way back to the catacombs, and then there's going to be a demon lamb that was behind that gated wall that just opened up. So you're going to transport that demon lamb all the way to the graveyard tunnel for the secret entrance that's going to open up. Alright, so once the secret entrance has opened up, this is going to be step 6. You want to grab the seal that's going to be in the dragon's den. It's going to be right in front of the dragon. Once you interact with it, a bunch of zombies will start spawning around you. You want to get out of there as fast as you can and work your way down to the Abraham boss fight once again. Alright, for step 7, once you get back down to the Abraham boss fight location, you want to go over to the God Killer weapon and you're going to place the seal at the top left of the God Killer enclosure. Once you do that, it's going to activate the boss fight for Abraham once again, and you're going to want to fight him and defeat him. So once you finally defeated Abraham, that's pretty much it for the secret ending Easter egg here. Alright, for step 1, you're going to want to interact with the God Killer after defeating Isaac. Or step 2, you're going to want to shoot the stranger, then track him down 3 more times, just like before. I don't know all the locations, but it's pretty easy to find him. Just listen for him, or if you spot his glowing eyes, you'll find him. Alright, moving on to step 3, you're going to want to work your way to the basement cell down below. You're going to want to interact with the electric fence, then free the demon lamb from the isolation chamber and follow him to the chapel where he teleports away.
That lamb, it's gathering power. I don't understand.
Alright, for step 4, you're going to want to work your way to the void, interact with the 4 buttons, which will start a boss fight, and then the boss will be the king of the rats. It's just an elite, but on steroids basically. The wonder weapon does not work on him. I've tried it for some reason. It doesn't work. He's immune to it. So you're just going to have to use good old-fashioned bullets. After you've defeated the boss, you're going to want to work your way over to the labyrinth for step 5. Locate the demon lamb, and he's going to be located next to power generators. You're going to want to use the killer watts that shoot electricity out to power those generators up. There's going to be 3 generators around the labyrinth that you're going to have to locate and find. For step 6, you're going to want to work your way to the library. You're going to locate the rat code that's going to be on the first floor of the library, and then you're going to use the howler to input the code on the wall just like you did in the regular Easter egg. For step 7, you're going to head back down to the basement and grab the seal. Then you're going to want to head back to the Isaac boss fight location and place the seal on the God Killer weapon. And last but not least, step 8/ending, you're going to defeat Isaac and leave the game. Alright, that's pretty much it for this secret Easter egg ending. This one is a little bit more difficult just because the map forces you into full dark once you start doing this part of the Easter egg. It is a little annoying and it can get stressful, but try to do this on early rounds as you can. I had to take forever to do this because I was getting lost and I wasn't sure. This one wasn't fully straightforward as the last one, but it's not that hard. For step 1, you're going to want to interact with the God Killer weapon, shoot the stranger, then track him down 3 more times, just like before. I want to reiterate this from one of the other videos. Finding the stranger is actually not that hard. Just look for his glowing eyes or look for the audio cues he makes. I promise you, every single Easter egg I've done so far, I've found him first try within probably like 5 minutes or so. It's not that difficult, but if you do need extra help, just let me know and I'll try to help you out with some spots down in the comments. Alright, for step 2, you're going to want to work your way to the first class coach. Then you want to interact with a cat seal, which will activate a boss fight. The boss fight is actually not that difficult. As long as you have a pack-a-punch weapon and it's an early round, it should go by pretty quick. For step 3, you want to work your way to the bar coach. Locate the pedestal with the cardinal points. Mark down the symbols that match the direction. Locate 4 cat statues and rotate their position to match the symbols. Once done, click the button on the pedestal, which will start a boss fight. And then the same thing as before, the boss fight is not that difficult as long as you have a pack-a-punch weapon. For step 4, you want to work your way to the sewer tunnel spawn. Transport the demon lamb around the map. It will stop at 2 different locations. Once it stops, you'll have to kill a group of zombies for it to move forward. After you've completed both stops, the demon lamb will return to the cat seal for the last boss fight before it opens. For step 5, you want to grab the seal and work your way back to the stranger boss fight, place the seal on the God Killer to start the final fight.
You discovered a seal. You're one step closer to claiming the God Killer as your own.
For step number 1, you're going to want to interact with the God Killer weapon, shoot the stranger, and then track him down 3 more times like we've done in the previous Easter eggs. For step 2, you're going to want to work your way to the dungeon hallway, interact with the isolation chamber at the end of the hallway, then you're going to follow the demon lamb back to the teleporter. For step 3, you're going to have to defeat Abraham and Isaac at the same time. Try to focus on one at a time because this will be a little difficult. They do have a decent amount of health. For step 4, you want to work your way to the outer courts back at the spawn. You want to interact with the skull chamber. Make sure you have the sword for this step because you're going to want to locate and slash 5 hanging zombies with the sword.
I can feel the power.
For step 5, you're going to have to fight the Baylor and the King of the Rats at the same time. Both will be easier to kill than the last fight with Abraham and Isaac. They have a little bit less health, so it's a little bit easier. But try to focus one at a time and you'll get the job done. For step 6, you want to work your way to the dungeon hallway again, but take a left. Interact with the purple lantern and head to the dungeon cells, where you will correlate the cell number with the symbol marked on the back of the wall. For step 7, you want to head to the dungeon laboratory after you got all 4 symbols. Then you want to input the code on the wall, which will open up the sealed chamber. And for step 8/end, you want to head back to the Elizabeth's chamber and place the seal on the God Killer to initiate the final boss fight. Keep in mind this boss fight is going to be really hectic, especially when you hit little checkpoints in the boss fight. They're going to spawn more bosses and you're going to be fighting Abraham, Isaac, the Baylors, and stuff like that. So just keep that in mind. You want to be prepared and geared up before you do this.
Congratulations. The divine God Killer is now yours to wield. There's nothing on Sker Island that can stop you now.
Alright, so once you've completed all 4 secret endings, you have unlocked the God Killer. You can go out and buy it. The only catch is you have to defeat the boss on that map for the first time again in order to unlock it. But it's worth it because it's really OP. Get that to tier 5 and you'll be killing all the zombies you want. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.